tap on if you can hear me now. I hope this has worked. Is anybody there? It's worse. Oh. Oh no, I don't know what to do if it's worse. Hi, it's not better. I hope it's better. Look, I'll just keep going. Sound is worse. Oh goodness gracious. I should have kept going on the other one, shouldn't I? Okay, I don't know why. But the good thing is I found my piece. So let's go back and just finish this one off. I will just keep going. I'm really, really sorry. I do not know why. But I found my piece. So that was a good thing. I was just putting some more things into my garbage bin and I saw it. So that was good. I don't know what's wrong with the volume. Okay, I'll yell. Will I yell? I'll put that on crooked now. This class seems to have been doomed from the beginning, doesn't it? Okay, that'll do. Okay, so that's my first card. Finished. Okay, let's keep going, and you can see what I'm doing, so that's the main thing. Okay, so we were working from the bottom up, weren't we? Then we were going to do this one. I'm just going to place it down. This one. And this one can go over the top on this card because that's what I'm feeling. This one goes here, down here. Should have gone underneath, but it can go over the top. It's really just a matter of placing them where you want to. And the adhesive sheet really does help. It's not my day today. It's not my week, let's say. Okay, so you can see I'm just putting all my gears and cogs on my card. And then I've got two of these ones, two little ones. Look at that. I'm going to go rogue and put this one up here. And I am stressed, Sheila. Stress is my middle name. And I might put this one in here. Now, if you don't want to put all of them on, you don't have to. Okay, and then you get your paper snips and trim these off. As long as they're stuck on. There we go. And then I just put that down flat. I don't think it'd be any good if I tried to, no, that wouldn't work because then you wouldn't see the cards if I turned it to my face view camera, because I use the same microphone for my face view. So I don't know. And then once again I've got another little banner from the 3 banner punch, and I'm using the banner sayings. Yeah, I can. So the metallics, this is the earth toned metallics that's in the online exclusive store. So that's the one I've used on this card. I hope you could hear me say that. And I'm just going to pick that up with my little block. And I've used Pretty Peacock for this, but as I said, If you've got Secret Sea or Basic Black or even Basic Grey, they're all really good colours for sentiments. All of them. Okay, I shall. Okay, and then I just pop that up on dimensionals. I did run mine through the ink pad, but I didn't like the look of it when I did it, so I'm not going to, maybe I do. No, I don't. So I'm just going to put that down straight. So that's going to cover up that one. I'm going to go a bit higher. And once again, my sound's back. Are you serious? What the hell? I have to have a drink and it's only water. What a shame. That is the weirdest thing. Well, you can see I found my bit. It was in my little rubbish bin. That is weird. Anyway, we got through card number 2, sort of. So yeah, just place them, and you can put some under, some over, and it doesn't really matter which way. This is the earth toned metallic paper in the online exclusive Sheila. This one is the earth toned and just the silver foil that we always have. Goodness knows if they'll take that off us one day. And then on the inside, I've done nothing because that was my one I just did then. I've just stamped some cogs. How weird is that? Because my microphone is up there. That is so, hi Janine, that is so weird. I just don't know what's going on anymore. I really don't. So I'll put my little happy birthday back. So this is a really cute set, and the punch is really good. If you have trouble with the punch, let me grab the punch. If you get the punch and you have trouble with it, I got a replacement one because when I tried to cut 3 in one go, this one was catching and tearing the cardstock. But I just put in a strip for the one I want now. I just put in it like a strip for the one I want, and then I put it down on a hard surface and I punch it like that. And that's what Stamping Up suggested. So you've been watching but not commenting. Okay, we've done 2 cards. I can't believe it. Okay, this is card number 3. Now this is where you're going to get a little bit of your grunge on. And once again, now this one has actually got retired product on it. Shock horror. I've used some black foil that they had a long time ago. And I've used a couple of pieces of it. So if you don't have black foil, just find something in your stash. Black cardstock works. You don't have to do foils with these ones. As you can see in this card, we didn't use foil on everything. We used Pretty Peacock. But I just sort of think the cogs sort of lend itself to foil. But there you go. So don't lose any pieces like I do. So you've got a crumb cake card, a card base. I have no idea what happened to that microphone. That was just the weirdest thing. Because my microphone is up here on my, up here. I'm not going to touch it, but it's up here. Up here on my camera. Okay, so now we'll move everything off. You will have a matting piece and an insert piece. And Denise can't even score her card right. Honestly, I obviously need a holiday. Okay, so that's your insert. Let's tuck that inside and just forget about it. That's basic black, and it's 10 centimeters by 14.4. Oh, I didn't put my gems on, did I? Honestly, I used the brass. Honestly, you can so tell I'm not with it. I used the copper ones from your metallic gems. So I've got, I think, one, and I've got some large copper. Thank you, Felicity. And I put one in the center of this big cog. I thought that looked really cool. And then I've got two little ones that I just stuck around. Good. I just stuck around. Honestly. Thank you for picking that up. So there you are. Maybe a bit of dust in my microphone. So if I use brass foil or copper foil, I tend to go with brass metallics. Gold foil, I'll go with gold. Silver foil, I'll go with silver. So you just sort of mix it around a bit. But yeah, thank you for picking that up. Perfect. Okay, so let's bring this in. Now, this is two-tone cardstock in Garden Green, and I've embossed it with the exposed brick embossing folder. I'm just going to see if my light can do something. And we're going to tear. No, because I know some people don't like tearing, but if you tear it towards you, you will get the white core of the paper. So just tear. I just tore a little bit down at an angle. I had one lady many years ago, she hated tearing. And then we're going to get a little sanding block. So if you've got a sanding block handy, we're just going to rub over it, and that exposes the core of the two-tone cardstock as well. This is the dark side of the two-tone cardstock. And if you're wanting to get, that's the lighter side. Let me get my scrap back. You can see, so you get like light garden green and dark garden green, and you can use whichever side you like. And if you're wanting to sort of get a little bit of two-tone cardstock in your supply, quite often they come out with, in scrapbooking kits, they come out with a pack, pretty sure it's a pack of 12, and you get 3 sheets of 4 colours. And that's a really good way of sort of getting a little bit into your supplies. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on, mat it onto my black cardstock. And it's just, two-tone cardstock just adds another dimension to your card making or scrapbooking. And tearing is really fun. Don't be scared of tearing. Tearing's fun. I'm going to, no I'm not. Then you've got a little piece of the designer series paper, and you can use whichever side. I'm going to go with this side, the same as my sample card, because I think that looks good. And work out which way you want to put it. And that should just go across, meeting the edges of your two-tone cardstock, like so. I'll put my lid back on. I'm so glad my volume turned out better. And once again, it's just a matter of putting your cogs and your gears and whatnot. Where's my other piece? I think I left that off so I could show you how it punched. I think. So this is black foil that it has been retired for a long time. And I just still had some left over, so I thought, you know what, this looks really good and it doesn't matter. Just getting those bits out. If you've got bits left in yours, you'll just have to pop them out. Sometimes they don't always pop out for me. I tried to pop everything out for you though. So I'm going to put this one here, and I'm going to put this one here. Now, I probably put that down too low, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. And then this is a silver one. And the adhesive sheet makes it so much easier. It really does. And black foil. So I've used black, silver, and the earth-toned foil from the online exclusives. Okay, pop that there. Now, I'm going to move all this mess because I can't deal with mess. That's what brought me undone last time. I moved my mess and drew my piece out that I hadn't finished using. Okay, once again, I'm going back to my banner sayings. And what did I do with the punch? I put it back. That was so silly. And I will, this one says, wishing you good things. And then I'll show you how I've done the black piece. Wishing you good things. Is that one? That is. And I think I did this in black. Oop. And I put it with the arrow going this way. So you just need a little sentiment stamp to get your stamp set to get you started. Once you've got a good sentiment stamp set, the world is your oyster. Oh, don't talk about seafood. Don't want to know. I do not want to know. Okay, so that's that. And let me find a piece of black cardstock scrap. Rosie's given up on me. She's left the room. How rude is that? Okay, so I want this one, the middle one. So what I do, you will have this all punched for you. I've only sort of got a little bit, it's a little bit wider than the actual punch. And let's see if it punches out. It did, so that's good. It only seems to be a problem if I try to punch the 3 out at once. For example, if I put, I won't punch my card base. If I put that in and tried to do 3 of them, I was having trouble. It was getting caught on this one and stuck and tearing the cardstock. So I just thought, they replaced it and I still was having trouble. So I just thought, okay, let's just go with a strip long enough for each one when you want, whichever one you want. Other than that, it's a good punch. Now, if you want to turn this one sideways, you certainly could. I don't know if I do. Oh, maybe I will. I'm going real rogue. No, I don't think I like that. And then I just put a little bit of glue on the black. And I put my sentiment banner over the top, just covering up that end and leaving this bit so you can decide how much you want to leave showing. That's just how I did it. You could always cut the little flags off if you wanted to, but just makes it. No, I think it gets lost if I do it there. Hang on. No, there's too much happening down this way. No, let's go back to portrait. Oh my goodness. I promise I'll be better next time. Okay, so pop that down. And really, these cards are quite simple. It's just got to take a bit of time with the die cutting, but that's it. Okay, so just a couple of dimensionals on the back of your sentiment. And I'll put it in line with the paper, but you could put it in line with the matting piece. Oh no, I don't like that. I don't want it. I want it down or up a bit, or in the middle. In the middle. There we go. So you can see I've done things quite differently and my gears are in different places, but I didn't want my sentiment in line with my paper. That's why I've done it up like so. And on this one, I've just stamped inside. I used the chains from the stamp set. What am I not allowed to do? See, my brain is just no good. I can't even remember what I'm not allowed to do. So I normally stamp before I stick, but you know, I just like to live life on the edge, and I'm putting my insert in and I'll stamp later. And if I come unstuck, so what? There we go. Now, this time I put silver on the card, the silver metallic gems. But you could use the brass ones if you wanted to, but I did silver. And where else did I put them? Where are the silver ones? They're sometimes hard to see with the lights. I put one on the end there. That's quite a good place, isn't it? No, I don't like them all in a row. I want them somewhere else. Ah, this will do. So that's card number 3. With a bit of tearing. I'll stop apologising. Hello, Sharon from Ohio. I will stop apologising. A bit of tearing with our two-tone cardstock. And then sanding, because we embossed it with the exposed brick embossing folder. And then just our gears and textures, cogs and wheels and what have you, and the banner sayings. So that's card number 3. This is my card class for February, Sharon, and I normally do 5 cards, and if you live in Australia, I send out a kit to you. But yeah. So we've had some technical issues with this one. The microphone wasn't working properly and things were going not well. And I had to stop and restart. But there you go. Now I'm going to use, I think that's Mossy Meadow. Now, this one, I did do a little bit of stamping on my card, but you don't have to if you don't want to. That's entirely up to you. So this is where we're sort of going a little bit off on a tangent, and we're focusing on the paper, the Nature's Walk paper, and the beautiful gallery suite, and the textured note dies that somebody told me was retiring, and I'm not happy. How dare they retire it? But they are on a very good discount here in Australia. They're normally $54 and they're down to $32.40. Yeah, well, there's 2 lives. I stopped and had to restart. So if you don't have these dies, you should, because they're very useful, and I think I will just continue to use them because I want to. So this is focusing on this bundle. And this is the dies. These are the dies in this bundle. So it's really quite a beautiful bundle. The whole suite collection is really beautiful as well. So we're focusing on the paper and the dies from this bundle. And I don't know what else we're doing. Let me think. Look, that's the start. Let's just put that to one side and think about it. Okay. So, card number 4. I'm sure I had an envelope that said number 4 on it. You think they're sold out, Leslie? Goodness. I looked this morning. They must have gone since this morning. Because I looked this morning to make sure. Well, maybe I'm already using retired product. Yeah, they are. They were there this morning because I looked to see what price they were. Yes. So if they've sold out, they're gone. Gone since then. Okay, so this one is going to have a double layered insert as well. Not because you can't layer onto, like you can't write onto basic beige, but I just liked the look of it. So if you get your pieces out very carefully, and if you so desire, and you have like a grungy stamp set, like the gears and textures, you could stamp in your corners like I did. So I will do that just to show you that I've just used a splatter stamp. So if you've got a splatter stamp from anything, just get it out, whack it on a block. Oh dear, that's got ink on it. Whack it on a block and stamp it in the corner, like so. My Mossy Meadow ink is very, very juicy, and it scares the bajingos out of me. There we go. Well, they could have gone since this morning. Who knows? Things sell out so quickly. It's bedtime over there. And is that bedtime on Thursday the 5th? It is. Because we're ahead of you guys. Pretty sure. Okay. But if you don't have a splatter stamp, then you don't have to do that. So you will have 2 pieces of basic one. 2 pieces of Mossy Meadow. The larger one is for your insert. That's going to go inside. And then you've got these die cuts. We'll talk about them in a minute. Then you've got these 2 pieces here. Oh, golly gosh. I'm dealing with ribbon. Oh, no. So, start by putting your piece onto your Mossy Meadow. And there's no sentiment on the front of this card. I've never really done that before, but I had a request from the shop that I supply my cards to make some cards that had no sentiments, so people could write what they wanted to. So I thought, oh, okay, I can do that. Now, this has got to go on before you put it onto your card base. Did I just stamp that wrong? No, I did not. Oh, my goodness. Now, these have got adhesive sheet on the back. So it's going to go on there, but you've got to put your ribbon on first. But let's do this first. Let's put our die cuts on first. These have got to go on first. Now, no, I think it's the next card that some might have going a different way. It's got adhesive sheet on the back. And I'm just trying to get the backing off. Don't you just love adhesive sheet? On the finer dies, you do have to be a little bit careful. You can't just go rip, tear, bust because it might actually rip, tear, bust. There we go. Like, I just don't like putting glue on the back of all those little leaves. That's just a no from me. And I'm going to put it up a little bit higher because I want to put my ribbon down here. So just high enough so it's sort of up to the top. Now, these, what I did was I got my blending brush and Petal Pink. Or if you've got a dauber and Petal Pink. Now let me just find my blending brush. Because, you know, Denise was not prepared. Oh, look. It's in here somewhere. Honestly, I think I'll have to chalk this one up as my worst video ever. Oh dear, I shouldn't have said that. You'll get cross with me. And Petal Pink. Hi, Nicole. Okay, so I just got, I do want to just practice on something just to make sure. Okay, didn't want to do it. And so I just, let's just grab that again and turn that over. I just got my Petal Pink and I just put some onto the flowers of this die cut. You could use a stamping dauber. This is what a dauber is. So if you've got any of those daubers or a sponge, a little sponge would work. But our blending brushes are pretty cool. And that just gives a little bit of soft colour to this die cut. Okay. But you don't have to. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. Textured notes still there. The dies. Yeah, I thought I saw them this morning, but as I said, things sell out so quickly. Okay, so let's just open this up. And Felicity, I noticed that you've paid for my next online class. Thank you. I thought, where's this money coming from? Money from heaven. No, I don't know. This is Felicity. Okay, let's just you got to be careful pulling off your adhesive sheet, and it pulls off all the bits in the middle. And then I'm going to put one going this way. And if you don't like that poking down so far, then you can cut it off. Like if that's making you angry, that's making you angry, just cut it off. Because we don't want anger. We've got enough to deal with in our lives. Okay, and then this one, just pull off your backing sheets. How are we going for time? Not too bad actually, considering I had to stop and restart. Okay, just make sure all your little bits and bobs are poked out. And then I just put this one going this way. And once again, if you don't like, I might put that up a bit higher. If you don't like the tail, where the tail's sitting, just cut it off. They're very fragile. I don't mind that tail sitting like that because it sort of lines up with the other one. So I'll leave that be. I won't get angry with it. My next class is the bugs class. It'll be on the 5th of March. I'll show it to you at the end, I promise. Okay, now you should have some ribbon and you should have a bow. I'm pretty sure I did both. So what I do is I just get some snail or double-sided tape and I just do this. I put some sticky down. And then this is the, nope, that's not it. Where is it? Here it is, right here. This is the Mossy Meadow and Gold trim, it's called. It's really pretty. I don't know if that's on the last chance list. Who knows? Anything's possible. And I just put it around like that, attaching it to my sticky. I find that's the easiest way. If you've got another way, go right ahead and share it with me because I like to know easy ways. Okay, so, and then I just tied a bow. Does anybody have a bow maker? I've got a bow maker and I can't do it. I can't use it. I get into such a tangle with it. I'm better off doing it like this. So just tweak your bow if you want to tweak it. And it looks pretty good to me. I'll cut that off. Put that back over there. Now I put that on with a glue dot. Now I think I found one on this side somewhere. Here it is. And I will just trim those tails down because they are a bit long and silly. And if you want to, if that's a bit sloppy, like so, grab your glue dots and pop another one underneath. Just underneath the ribbon. And I normally do it with a knot where the knot of the bow is. Oh, you've got one, Janine. Ah, mine is just, or maybe it's the operator. It's quite probably the operator. Okay, this goes on with, where have my dimensionals gone? They have. This goes on with dimensionals. And if you want to make sure your ribbon stays put a dimensional over the ribbon. It's quite, I'll put one down there too. It's quite possibly the operator. Oh, look, I'm just going dimensional happy here. It's quite possibly the operator, but I cannot get it to work. I get myself into such a tangle with it. Okay, and then, so if you don't have a splodgy stamp, don't worry. I think the card would look just as nice like this. And then, and as I said, I didn't put a sentiment on this one because the shop I supply my cards asked for some without sentiments, and I thought, oh, okay, I won't put a sentiment on. And then I just layered the inserts pieces together. And if you've got like a stamp that would work for what you're wanting, if you want a stamp inside, you don't have to. Where's Mossy Meadow? What did I stamp inside? Okay, so that's not in this pack. Oh, look, we'll do that later. It's in the other beautiful gallery suite stamp set. And that's, oh, thank you. Oh, okay, so you've got like a peg one, have you? Like little pegs poking up. Maybe mine's not like that. Mine's weird. I'll show it to you one day on a video. Thanks, Joan. So that's, oh, hang on, bling. Now, because this ribbon's got gold in it, gold and Mossy Meadow trim, I use the gold bling for this one. And put that there. And I think I used all large ones. I don't know. But if you've got your own pack, you can decide what you want to use. There we go. So that's card number 4. Hang on. Look, there's a little bit of stuff in there that shouldn't be there. Got to get that out. That would make me cross. There we go. That's card number 4. Isn't it amazing? The plastic one. Ah, maybe that's my problem. I don't have the right kind. So that's card number 4. And now we're moving on to our last card. I can't believe I've gotten through it with all the trials. Bring that out and put that over here. Okay, so this is card number 5. And this is the focus on the beautiful gallery dies, as well as the Nature's Walk paper. And we're going to get a bit more of our grunge on. Okay, so that's what I've done. So you'll have a piece of very vanilla for your, no, that's basic beige, I think. Yes, for your insert. So you can just sort of stick that in there and leave it till later. If you've got this paper, you can always just trim up your insert with the paper, a strip of the paper. That's another way I trim up my cards. Now, this is lovely and just yummy. And I've done this die on this piece of paper. Now, some of you might have it going this way. Some of you might have it going that way. It doesn't really matter because it's going to look nice whichever way. And this piece of paper is different. It's mottled. So you might have a really mottly piece, a bit like mine, or you might have one that's more like lighter. I can't, tell what I did. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grunge up early espresso cardstock, and you can use your paper snips for this, and all you do is this. You can just run it along the cardstock and it just fluffs it up and grunges it up, and you can keep going to as much or as little as you like. The same lady that came to my classes that couldn't tear, she couldn't scrunch, and she couldn't scruff. I think she can now. She's been a demonstrator 14 years now, so I think she might have gotten over some of her inhibitions. Yes, it is Nature's Walk paper. It's so beautiful. So just grunge up your cardstock. And if you don't want to grunge, if you don't want to scruff, that's okay. It's your card. You do what you like. And then this one. We used to have a scruffing tool, but they took that away. Maybe they'll bring it back. Who knows? But you can just keep, it makes a mess. Can you see? I'm making a mess. And I can't even blame Rosie or one of my adult children. I'm making a mess. Okay. So no scruffing is wrong. The amount of scruffing isn't, there is no right or wrong is what I'm trying to say. There we go. I'll get some of that mess out of the way. Okay, so you've got that, and then I curled the corners over. So you just sort of fold it in and sort of curl it over. And if you don't want to do that, you don't have to, because I know it's a bit confronting. There we go, that should do it. And that's a scruffed up piece of cardstock. And we're going to put a piece of paper that should measure 7 centimeters by 13.9 onto a scruffed up piece. Yeah. That should be the right measurement. If not, trim it down because I've muffed up. There we go. So that's that, and then I'm going to put that onto my card base like so. Can't put it on with the lid on the glue. Okay. There we go. And I'll pick it up and see it. Can you sort of see the texture there? It does have the coffee dyed look to it. It's so pretty. I'd like a pack of just all that. Now, this piece of paper, because you can't really see the die cut in it, especially on my piece here, I hope your piece is a little bit lighter and a little bit more. A little bit more. You're going to need, what are you going to need? Some little mini dimensionals, because I find, can you see how I've put a mini dimensional underneath there and it's just popped them up, so it gives it a little bit of I don't know, what's the word, whatever the word is, I can't think of it at the moment. I'm sure I'm going gaga. I can't think of words lately. It's not good. It's not a good sign. And if you want some on the little tinier leaves, cut some of the tiny dimensionals in half. I know that could be fiddly and you don't have to do that, but if you want some on the tinier leaves, do that. She says, so she tries to stick it down and it's not working. There we go. And I'll put one more up here. Okay, I think that's probably enough. Maybe on these ones as well. Let's do it. Needed half one here. I have no idea why my microphone did that to me. That is just bizarre. Okay, now we go back to our big dimensionals, wherever they are, and put one in the corner. So the whole piece is going to be popped, really popped. And then we've got to get the backs off. Coffee dyeing is messy. I've done that with like cloth. And it's great, looks great, but it's messy to do. Okay, now I've just got to get the backings off these little pieces without tearing my leaves. So just got to be, you just got to work with things sometimes when they're delicate dies. You've got to just be kind and talk nicely to them. And come on, off you come. See, I told you I'm talking nicely to them. There we go. Okay. Get off. Okay. And where's the card gone? Here it is. And then I just put it. Now this one, because my leaf is going this way, I think I'm going to put it over a little bit more to the left. So I'm going to put my sentiment this way. So depending on which way you spray your leaf is going, you can work out what you want to do in that regard. And then just sort of tweak them and make sure they're sort of sitting up. It's very subtle. Just gives them a little bit of elevation. See, I didn't put one there. Yes, I did. As he's backing not off. Come on, off you come. You can't pop up if your backing's on. Get off. Get off. There we go. And it just gives a little bit of dimension. That's the word. I found it. Maybe there's hope. Okay. And I used a sentiment out of this set called Thinking of You, and I used Mossy Meadow. Look at that. Did I use? Yeah, I used Mossy Meadow. Okay, so let me find Thinking of You. There it is. Couldn't see it for looking. And that will be everything. So just find a sentiment that fits onto your little banner, which I think is a textured note die banner. It is. and put it whichever side you've decided to. Whichever side, you need a dimensional on the side that hangs off this die cut. So don't put dimensionals all over it because it won't work. It'll be lopsided. So you need a dimensional on that side and a bit of adhesive on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to go down lower this time on my card, like so. Hi, Tanya. You missed all the fun. Oh, it's been such great fun, let me tell you. My microphone wasn't working properly. Had to stop and start again. I'm feeling better. Still very washed out, but feeling better. And been able to keep some food down today, so that's good. But taking it very tentatively. Okay, so that's my insert. And what did I do inside this one? Okay, that's in my other one. Can't be bothered getting that out now. Now, you should have... Oh, Lord. Where is that? Here it is. You should have... I think I did it for you. A linen thread bow. Did I do it for you? I think I did. And I doubled it up. I like double linen thread bows. I don't know why, I just do. So I doubled it up and tied it in a bow, if I can do that today. I'm not sure if that's possible. Anything's... There we go, maybe. No, it doesn't look like a long enough tail. Which ones are those? No, that's not going to be long enough. Oh, maybe. No, don't like it. I did the bow. Yay. Okay, so... Now let me just see if I can manipulate this bow to look decent. I'm sure yours all looks decent, but mine's not. That's too... What? Oh, look, for goodness sakes. That's not... That's the one. That's that one. See, and then you've got to cut this, and then you'll get your tails. Now I've got tails, and I'll cut this. Now I've got tails that I can tweak. Okay, and then that will go on with a glue dot. Like so. And I just put that on the stem. Of course, I'm going to have to trim my tails because they're just way too long. It'd be just my luck to cut the whole card in half. I wouldn't put it past me. Oh, my Lord. There we go. So that is card number 5. Yeah. Oh, no, bling, bling, bling. I used copper bling for this one, or, yeah, copper. So, copper. Where's my card? There. Copper. There. And copper. Let's go over here. Is my sentiment straight? I don't think it is. No, that's not going to work. Okay, just let's jiggle it up. It only has to be like 2 millimeters, and I can't handle it. Okay, so there are all our cards today. Let's rehash. Let's rehash and relook. Card number 5. So there's card number 5, card number 4. They're exactly the same pretty much. Although I think I might have stamped off. Oh well. Card number 3. You love the cards? I'm so pleased. Even though, you know, I was a hot mess. And look, this first one, we changed the paper. We turned it around. Well, I did. And this is card number 2. So they're all our cards for today. Thank you, Leslie. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. I really hope, yeah, we don't get sick when we're away. Oh, my goodness. So they're all our cards for today. So I really hope those who participated enjoyed them. Those who just watched, I hope you enjoyed it, even though it was a bit of a hot mess. And let me just show you my next classes. So this is my next in-person class. I've got 2 places left for this. It's the little picnic basket using, I'm going to get out. Thanks, Tanya. Thank you, Nicole. Using that sweet that I love, cute as a bug. So we're going to make 2 cards and the picnic basket, and if we've got time, we'll throw in a 3rd card. But you do need to have the paper and the embellishments for that class. So if you want to join in, that's in person. Send me an email. I've got 2 places left, and this is my next online class. And of course, it's using Cute as a Bug. And these are the cards we'll be making with Cute as a Bug. And this one is $50, which includes all 5 cards plus a pack of your own ladybug epoxy dots. So everything included plus the envelopes. So all you've got to do is stamp your sentiments. Hi, Becky. KY, is that Kentucky? So yeah, you have to be in Australia to participate in my online classes. Just easier for mailing and everything. So that one's $50 for all 5 cards, including a pack of the ladybug epoxy dots. and that will be the 5th of March, Thursday the 5th of March. So bookings, I'll need them by mid-February so I can order your bugs and then post your card kit out to you, because you all got your card kits in time this time. Thank goodness for that, hey? Now let's come back to me, which probably isn't a good idea. Whoa, that's not a very good idea. Let's turn the light off. Oh, that's not even, that's worse, I think. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again. I don't know if I'm going to get time to record any videos for while I'm away. So you might miss out on me next week and the following Monday. My husband's just got home. So if I get time, I'll try and record a couple, but if not, you'll see me. My first one back will be Wednesday, the 18th of February. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.